Hello. Oh, hang on. I forgot my mic on. Yep. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of the second test between the South Africa team and the British and Irish Lions. And we're getting ready for the players to just come out onto the pitch here in Cape Town. And of course, all three tests, if you didn't know, are being played in Cape Town. So you can call it a Lions tour, but sadly, the Lions are not really seeing much of South Africa in terms of the games that they have with South Africa. Of course, they had their warm-up games over the last few weeks before the first test last weekend, but it's just not the same. An empty Cape Town stadium, but either way, all that matters is what happens at the end after 80 minutes today, because if the Lions win today, they will, of course, win the series with one game to go. But, of course, if the Springboks can get a win today, then it's all to play for next Saturday at the same time, same place. So anyway, thank you for joining us. We're just getting ready for the kickoff. The Lions players have come out onto the pitch on the left-hand side, and they'll be waiting for the Springboks to come out in just a moment. Of course, these are the world champions. They won't be easy. They weren't easy last weekend, and I'm sure they'll be putting up a big challenge for the Lions yet again if they are to try and win their second game in a row. Of course, we had de Klerk saying in an interview earlier this week that they felt quite damaged from last weekend and they have a lot of reasons to fight back. And of course, for many of you who joined me last week for the first game, the first test, there was quite a lot of you from South Africa watching the game with me, so I know you lot know that this is a big game today. It's a win, otherwise you are pretty much out of the test. But it's a big moment for Stephen Kitshoff. He's just about to come out as the first player out from the tunnel, the number one man on the kit for South Africa, because he is playing his 50th cap today for the Springboks. So what a moment for him, and he would love to end the day with a win to keep them in it in the series with one game remaining after today. Anyway, do get in touch, folks, on our live chat page. I'll read out your messages. Let us know where you're watching this Lions game today. If you are new to the channel, this is a live watch along, and I'll keep you up to date on what is going on if you haven't got access to the game. But we do have a live stream link on our chat page, so if you want to use that to try and watch the game, that should take you to a website that has this match on Sky Sports main event. So I hope that helps you if you haven't got a stream for the game. So if not, I'll keep you up to date on the game here. And of course, do get in touch. I'll read some of your messages. And of course, if you haven't yet, do vote in our live poll, which is asking you who will win the second test. And currently, it's 70% towards South Africa. Actually, no, it's gone down to 69%. You can still vote if you haven't yet. Lions are on 31%. Now, the teams are just in a lineup here as they get ready for the national anthems. I'm just going to sneeze. I'll mute my mic. Sorry, I had to do that, but as long as I muted my mic, you couldn't hear that. So anyway, yes, and of course, do subscribe and give this stream a like as well. It would be very much appreciated. So, getting ready for the national anthems. I think it's going to start off with South Africa, which of course the captain is Khaleesi, the World Cup winning captain from 2019 when they won it in Japan. Of course, Japan being the Olympic hosts at the moment for the 34th Summer Olympic Games. Sorry, no, 32nd that is. Of course, we are doing some Olympics tomorrow. We're at least doing the men's tennis final tomorrow. So do join us for that tomorrow morning. Me and Seb will be watching that. It will be Zverev hoping to win his first ever Olympic medal after denying Novak Djokovic the Golden Slam. So can he do it in the final? We got Matt off for getting in touch saying bless you. Oh, thank you, Matt. Where are you watching the game from today, Matt? Don't be shy, folks. Do get in touch. Always like to talk to rugby fans and our viewers during these watch-alongs. That's what we're here for. Donna Landy asking, I don't know if it's a stream or what, but really hoping it's a stream. Can anyone clarify? So this is a live watch-along, as it says in the video title. But there is a link on the chat page. It's pinned to the chat page from Let's Talk Sports account. Which is to Sky Sports main event, which it's off a website that it's probably dodgy, but it will hopefully help you out. I haven't got the sound on for the game, but I'd imagine it is the national anthem for South Africa. Matt Offer says he's watching from Mauritius. Where's that, Matt? Is that South Africa? I've not heard of that. I'll tell you what, they are singing with spirit. Especially Kolesi. He was the first ever black rugby player to lift the World Cup as a captain. First ever World Cup winning captain who was black, which was a massive, massive moment for him and for the history of rugby. So, national anthems are done. Referee just shaking hands with the fly half of the Springboks. That is, of course, Mr. Pollard. He got a few kicks in last weekend, let's not forget. Will he get a few in today? It was, of course, Mr. Farrell, Owen Farrell, with the winning kick last weekend. He's the one who sealed the last few points for the Lions to seal the win in the opening game. Matt Offer says, been travelling from Cape Town. Oh, they're taking the knee just before we kick off here. Let's get some crowd noise on, shall we? And let's get that first half clock ready to go for the kickoff. It'll be South Africa to make the kick here from right to left and the Lions to attack from left to right. Here we go then. The drop kick is made. Trying to do a short kick there, but the Lions do get the ball. It's with Tom Curry. Now do Tot. It's now with Atoje, who'll leave it for his teammate of Vunapolo. And then a kick. A few yards forward, near the halfway line. Atoje, oh, he's dropped the ball and he's given it away back to the Springboks there. So here we go then. Max Winter Lim Vabo says off, says Shelley. Sorry, it was Matt Offer saying been travelling from Cape Town, South Africa, all the way to Mauritius to now live and work here for a year. All right, interesting. What do you do for a living, Matt? Back with the game then. It's de Klerk getting his first touch of the ball. I think is there a penalty? Vunapolo might have been. He wasn't moving away, according to the referee's signals there. We've got Richard Ledbury saying, come on Lions. Yep, come on Lions, even though I'm wearing the colours of South Africa, but this is a Mexican top. So, in case you probably already could tell from my accent that I'm from England. So, a Lions win would be very nice to see. But, if there was a neutral part of me that would like to maybe see South Africa win to make it all interesting for next weekend. So, the line-out success, South Africa 4 out of 4, 100%. British and Irish Lions 14 out of 16, 88%. Matt Offer trying to explain to me how to pronounce it. Island Mauritius, something like that. Donna Landy saying, I don't have any sound on that link. Is it just me? You might have to keep clicking on the stream and then the sound button might become available. There are pop-ups on that stream, but it does work. I wouldn't share that link otherwise. I've used that link for a lot of sports streams in the past. Matt Offer saying, let's go South Africa, let's go. So yeah, do get in touch, folks. On the live chat page, let us know where you're watching the game from today. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 4,000 subscribers. We're less than 200 away from reaching that, so every subscriber counts. And it is free to subscribe, but you don't have to pay for it in case you're wondering. Frederick Famo says Lions will win. Well, we've got the... let me just go back with the clock. It's paused at 1:40. So it's the first line out of the second test. And it'll be South Africa to take it. And it's normally Bonambi who will take this. And I would not like to be on the wrong side of him. let's just say if I went clubbing and he was there, and even if he took my woman, he can take my woman, because he is a scary beast. He is one hell of a player. So strong. Look at him pushing it forward. South Africa going a few yards away there in the bundle. Clark standing around waiting for the ball to come out of it if it does, but no, the referee has paused the game. Ooh, Alan Wynne-Jones going right in there. He went up to one of the players and he pushed one of the Africans out the way. I think they need to calm down here, especially when he is our captain. You don't want to rattle the captain. Well, as in, you'd want to, but you don't want your captain to be rattled. So, only 2 minutes here. They've had to pause the clock. We have had a lot of that in this test so far. It's, well, first test especially. So the clock paused at 2:21. The poll's still South Africa 70% with Lions 30%. Referee having to talk to one of his colleagues just then. So James Muggery asking, please share the link again if you may. It's pinned in the chat, James. It is there, mate. So the referee's still having a word. That's why the clock is still paused. Having a word with both captains. Alan Wynne-Jones, he's grown a beard in the last few weeks, it looks like. I'll be honest, it suits him. Oh. I'm not really sure what Alan Wynne-Jones' problem was there. I'm not sure if there was words said or... Anyway, there is going to be a scrum. Only 2.5 minutes gone. And already we've had some drama between both teams. First scrum of the day for South Africa to start it. Oh, and instead they're going to go straight for it. Lions having to be fully aware of that move, and it nearly worked for South Africa. They're going to go for it. Let's not forget, it was quite late on in the game that we had our first try. We might have an early one here if South Africa could get themselves a bit closer. Fifth phase. Looks like we've got Barrows from South Africa as well. Here we go then. South Africa looking like they're going for the first try. All just stopped on the right hand side there. Now what's the referee giving here? Because he's paused it again. He's paused the game. He hasn't paused the clock. It's offside for the Lions. And already 2 penalties conceded for the Lions, and we've not even reached 4 minutes of this game yet. Yeah, Barry says, welcome world to Cape Town, where you're about to witness South Africa's annihilation of the British Lions. Well, it's so far been a good start for South Africa. They're looking already a threat since last weekend. Currently got a player down at the moment, and that's Tutut's, the number 7 for South Africa. They might have to make a change. Number 21 is waiting on the sidelines. Let us know, folks, on the live chat page where you're watching the match from today. Do share with us, and I'll read it out on from the live chat page. And of course, if you haven't yet, do vote on the poll. We've currently got a lot of you believing that South Africa will win the second test today to make it very interesting for next Saturday. Who knows? It could be a draw next Saturday. after South Africa if they win today. We all remember that. But yeah, there really is a fight at the moment between both teams, but we do have the penalty for South Africa. Pollard to take it. Now, how many... It's his first kick of the match, but I can't remember how many kicks. I think he only missed one last weekend, and he had quite a handful of kicks. And he's no doubt was not going to miss from there, in between the sticks, from how close he was. And that's our first points of the game. So 3-0 so far. And already they've made the kick, the Lions. We got a few getting in touch saying James is from Zambia supporting Springboks. Ricardo Du Plessis saying Louis Trekard, South Africa. Phil Gibbs saying hello from France from an English Lions supporter. Come on Lions. Ricardo Du Plessis saying Anna Buke Buke. I hope I said that correctly, Ricardo. But it's so far so good for the South Africans with their first kick of the game. 5.5 minutes gone. Lions playing an advantage here. The kick forward was, it was a poor kick. Straight away picked up by Dialende for South Africa. Barry says, after Razzie's love letter to the press, I doubt we are going to lose this match. Everything he does has strategy behind it. I do think as well, when you're in a test series like this, when it's 3 matches, it's no different to like the cricket. If you lose the opening one, it certainly wakes you up a bit, and I think you're a lot more hungry to win the next one than you were for the opener. But either way, it looks as though I think that's our first line out for the Lions. Nice, simple enough there, picked up by Laws. Laws had a great game in the last test. Here's a Toje wearing number 4 today, as he did last weekend. Now Venipola. Of course, Venipola didn't start in the last test, but he does today. Oh, another kick there by Bigor. Oh, good catch from the South Africa player there, and that was Leroux who made the big catch right in front of their try area. Great defence there for South Africa, and I think that gets them out of the mess that could have been for them. Frederick saying, I can't hear the sound on the video. How do I hear the sound? I'm afraid I don't know, to be honest, Frederick. It might be available, it might not. Maybe keep clicking on the sound and hope that it does turn up, but I'm not sure. At the end of the day, at least you've got the stream working, if that makes sense. It's better than nothing. That's all I would say. Richard Unite says, where do I find live link? The live link is in the chat page, Richard. It's highlighted in the chat page from Let's Talk Sport. So be sure to find that and use that. So we've got a try here. Not a try, sorry. We haven't had any tries yet. Excuse me. We have ourselves a scrum for the Lions to start it. Here we go then. Nice, simple enough there for the Lions. Advantage being played. Just in front of the 2 posts as well. Oh, what's he giving here? Is that a penalty? I think it will be. Yeah. Good chance there for the Lions to get a try, but instead it will be a penalty just before we reach 10 minutes. But there'll be a chance here for Big O to get the 3 points back for the Lions. Should be able to from there anyway. He's, what, 10 yards away? Frederick saying, I don't think that link works. Big O does score from the kick. No problem whatsoever. And that makes it 3-3. I'm afraid if that link doesn't work, Frederick, that's all I've got, I'm afraid, mate. Others seem to be having not any sound problems, but I think others have been okay with it. Oh, it works for you now, Frederick. That's all right then. Anyway, back with the game. 10 minutes gone. South Africa 3, Lions 3. Here's de Klerk. To Am. Back with de Klerk as Am's down. Mostert. De Klerk again. I mean, he's just an animal. I bloody love de Klerk. He's a great player. He doesn't want to be liked. He just wants to be that player that gets under your skin. South Africa already looking dangerous again. Their second wave of attack in this game. They're on to the 7th phase. 8th phase. De Klerk should get it, yeah. Picks it up. On to Kitshoff in his 50th cap today. Nope, they still got it. 12th phase now. Lions defence at the moment, they're not getting anywhere, South Africa. They've just done a kick down the field. No chance there. I think it's Big O who's intercepted. Yep, the man who got the 3 points before from his close range kick. And the game will be paused for a moment there. And that's for South Africa. It's penalised there for Mampempi. Not for not releasing, it seems. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel and do give us a like. We'd really appreciate your support. We're hoping to get to 4,000 subscribers. We're currently at 3,850, so thanks to all who've subscribed so far. Help us get to 3,900, we'd really appreciate it. If you've just joined us, it's free apiece at the moment. No clock pause at the moment. So just seeing the line out here. Not really sure what was going on. Alan Wynne-Jones was nearby from the incident, but Either way, the Lions are going to take it. Itoje, no problem picking it up there. No one challenged him for it. Here they go then, down the line. It's with an advantage play for the Lions. We've got Clint Haskins getting in touch. Hello, Clint, saying, go Springboks from Canada. Are you originally from South Africa, Clint? It looks as though Big O's going to have to take a drop kick here. So, we've already had 6 penalties in this game. 2nd minute, 4th minute, 7th minute, 10th minute, 13th minute, and of course the 14th minute just now. Frederick says, I'll subscribe. Thanks, Frederick. Really appreciate it. Here they come, the Lions. Big O with that's a great kick to Itoje down the right hand side. That's a fantastic kick. He's played it to Henshaw. Now Big O. Itoje protecting him. Tom Curry. Oh, here they come down the left. Oh, no. Oh. How did they not complete that? Actually, it might have been a forward pass offside. Well, against South Africa from a play before it, I think. But if they had made that pass complete down the left-hand side, that could have been the Lions on their way to the first try of the game. Again, though, it looked like it might have been a forward pass if they were to have connected to it. It was Tom Curry here who he collided with head collision with one of the South African players, which is Colby. Ow. That was a nasty one. I don't think it hurt him one bit, but for Colby it did. Because I'm sure he had blood coming out of his nose. Starting to be night time in Cape Town. Of course, in South Africa, they're an hour ahead of us here in England, so it's 5:23 here. It'll be 6:23 in South Africa, and it is winter time at this time of the year in Cape Town. So that's why I'd imagine that's why it's dark earlier. But there will be a penalty here for Big O to take, a lot further out than it was in his first kick, which he made. Oh, God! Colby really right in the face as well. Oh, and he's the one wearing the padding on his head. Now Big O, he's got that one, no problem. That first kick has helped him warm up, and the Lions take the lead for the first time. So it is South Africa 3, Lions 4. Sorry, 6, what am I saying? Getting used to the football scores. So South Africa with the kick going into Lions half, and it's intercepted, of course, by Hogg, number 15 man. Taz Fitzgerald saying the link works, just behind by a few minutes. As long as you can be able to watch the game, that's all that matters. And it's offside for the Lions. It's no different to the start of the last game, really, where we had a lot of penalties and a lot of kicks and a lot of points from the kicks. How many tries should we expect today? 1 or 2 at least, maybe, like last time? Either way, South Africa have got their second penalty of the game here as we reach 18 minutes. We got Pigger Dinas Malhorse asking who is winner at the moment. Well, it's currently the Lions leading by 6-3, but it could be 6-all if South Africa make this kick. Frederick Farmer saying, I think Africa's using the same team they used in the World Cup. I don't think they made any changes from Saturday's match. I don't think they have. Because when I was doing the lineups, it looked like they did the same. All Pollard's missed. Missed it to the left of the post, which is unlike him. And because of that, it will stay at 6-3. So I think the Lions will have to make the kick again. Towards, yep, they will do. Towards the South Africa side. So to answer your question, Bigard Denas, it's Lions leading after that missed kick for the hosts. Hogg goes down. South Africa looking quite aggressive, even when Hogg was down. Come on, you got it. There you go, make the kick. Oh, has he got it? Oh, yes, nice kick. Nice kick. He took a swing there, I think, when he went to go and pick it up, but Lions still have the ball. The kick it could have gone to anyone, but they got what they needed out of it. Furlong with the run into the Africa line. Another kick there, this time from Big R. The fly half. Oh, it's bounced off one. Oh, South Africa get it. It's Pollard, the other fellow kicker who's intercepted. It hit one of the heads of the African players. Then it was Pollard who picked up from the bounce. And I think South Africa have got the ball here as they'll pause play, I think. Do get in touch, folks. Who do you think will win? Do you think the Lions can win the series today? Or will South Africa make sure it goes into a final decider on Saturday next week? And of course, let us know where you're watching the game from today. Who you're watching it with? Who's impressed you the most so far in this series? Well, already we've seen a replacement. The tot has gone off for South Africa, so that's our first replacement of the game so far. MJ Thompson asking, where do I find link to watch the game? There is a live stream link in the chat page, MJ. It's highlighted in the chat page from our channel, so do use that. We've got a few others on the chat page that are using it, so should hopefully work. Anyway, we're going to have a scrum here. Anyway, here's the clerk to start off the scrum. And he picks it up, kicks it down the left side forward. It's gone out of play. And it was a collapsing scrum. So I think, yeah, that's in favour of South Africa, that. But yeah, the Lions, they did completely collapse in that scrum. Be a kick for Pollard here, drop kick. Not a bad kick. Just inside Lions half as it goes out of play. Ooh. I'm not sure which Lions player it was, but when he collapsed in the scrum, his head, let's just say his head was going down like this. Which, more pressure on that, you could break your neck from that. Not just from the not from an opponent player, but from the ground. So, nice line out there for South Africa. Kalissi, the captain, has got it. Ooh, that was nearly a kick to the stomach, that. Either way, South Africa still have it. They'll play advantage. And surely that's a South Africa ball because they've lost the possession. But again, Colby's down after he collided with Tom Curry in the head earlier on. He's having to be checked out again by the same medic from earlier on. And that, because of that, the clock's been paused. While the match is paused and the referees are having a word, if you're wondering what's coming up on our channel in terms of watch-alongs, we've got our next live watch-along tomorrow morning for the Olympics, for the men's tennis final of Zverev. Can he go on to win his first ever Olympic medal and win the Olympic gold medal? He'll win his first ever Olympic medal, but which colour will it be, gold or silver? It'll be around 9 AM tomorrow, I think, because they are on after a women's doubles game, I think, or men's doubles game, I'm not sure, but they're second on centre court and the first match starts at 7 AM UK time, so it should be at least 9 AM or later for them to play. And also, if you're a big Formula 1 fan, if you like your motorsport, we'll be doing a live race watch along at 2 o'clock tomorrow for that race. That is the Hungarian Grand Prix, so do join us for that. Meanwhile, the match still paused at 22 minutes and 52 seconds. And one of the Lions players has been sin-binned. So he'll be off the pitch for 10 minutes. And then it was for that kick. I thought he kicked Colby. No wonder Colby stayed down. I didn't realise it was Colby that was on the receiving end of the kick, but that was a nasty kick. South Africa coach having words. They're just showing it again to Tot, who got injured because he had to go off, and he doesn't look happy at all. To Tot, he looks quite unhappy on the sidelines because I think he looks as though it could be an arm injury. Question is, will he be fit enough to play in the third test? Frederick says, bye, gotta go to sleep, it's 3 AM for me. Oh my god, that is late. But thank you, Frederick, if you're still online. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyway, here we go. The match is back underway. South Africa have to make the kick then. Of course, that starts the 10-minute sin bin. De Klerk having a good laugh with Colby after his treatment. Quick check on the sidelines. But yeah, he's had a kick in the stomach, headbutt in the, well, not on purpose, just a colliding head clash with his opponent of Tom Curry. So Colby's had it all, and we've only just reached the halfway point of the first half. got a line out here for South Africa. Oh, they lost it. And it was bundled all over the place and then intercepted by Cowan Dickey. So Lions have the possession. Anyway, big kick there from the Lions. That goes back in South Africa's half. They make a kick as well. Oh, great. Oh, collision there. Murray picked up the kick. And then, oh, Colby's going berserk on Tom Curry. Oh, God. He's so small and he was just pulling his shirt. Oh, everyone's gone nuts. And I'm sure, yeah, they'll pause the clock. There hasn't been much rugby so far. If you've just tuned in. And I just think both teams need to calm down a little bit. They've still got a game of rugby to play here. As you'd expect, the Clerks wanted to get involved as always. But his Sale Sharks teammate of Tom Curry there was... Colby just went berserk. I think Colby just wanted revenge after what happened to him when he collided earlier on in this game. But it was quite nasty because Murray jumped in the air to receive the ball, and then underneath him while he was in the air, his legs got picked up by one of the Springbok players. Of course, it wasn't on purpose. It was just a collision, and of course, heat at the moment, all the players start to get very unhappy with the ref and ask him that to tell him that it's a foul. But again, the referee's having to form together here to decide what to do. So match paused at the moment. Colby again. I'm sure he has had a trip with the medic 3 times already. Oh. TMO decision are looking at if there's been a foul play between... It was Colby. Colby again. He's been on the receiving end of every collision. Luckily, he didn't get kneed in the face. He's already been hit in the face. So, at the moment, we've got a TMO decision to be made. Not even reached 25 minutes yet, and this game has been crazy. Let us know, folks. Why not get in touch and let us know what beers are you drinking tonight? So still under a TMO review. And then a Toje in a collision with someone as well. Really does feel like a massive rivalry here between the Lions and South Africa. Just shows how much both teams want to win. They don't want to see their opponents take the win. So I think Curry goes up to Colby, while Itoje is standing next to him. And I think Curry pushes him, and then Colby just doesn't like it at all, and he goes right at him, and he just shakes him aggressively. And I think Big O got some sort of collision as well. It's just so much going on. It's just, here we go. Here's a proper angle now with Colby and Curry. So he does push him, and yeah, it was Curry who started it. But he's bigger than Colby. So Colby quite brave there. So we've put on our live chat page asking you where you folks watching the game from. Do share with us. Let's read out your messages, especially when the matches are being paused a lot because of these battles between the South Africans and the British and Irish Lions. And if you haven't yet, folks, click that subscribe button. So do subscribe to the channel and support us. We'd really appreciate it, so we can keep doing more of these watch-alongs and live streams. So Colby's now been sin-binned. Probably for the best. He's had quite a few collisions already. Of course, the Lions have got a sin bin as well at the moment, which is at 8 minutes and 25 seconds left of the sin bin. So here we go then. Finally we're back underway. After which was quite a long TMO review. But they were able to decide that it was Colby that was sin bin after all that. Clint Haskins saying garbage. we unhappy with the TMO review there, Clint? Brilliant with 2 exclamation points. Asks, why can't you show the match on your TV? Well, just because of copyrights and broadcast rights, basically. You'd have to pay to be able to show any footage of a match, of a Lions match at least, especially with football and other sporting events. So this is a watch-along. Pollard with a kick. We're less than 30 subscribers away from reaching 3,900, so if you haven't yet, do click that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Our aim's to get to 4,000 soon. We've got a line out here for the Lions. Oh, Alan Wynne-Jones does win it. Well done. Here's Wynne-Jones again after winning that great line out, because he had one of his opponents jumping right in front of him, but he still made the catch. Fifth phase here for the Lions now, 6th phase. And we did ask in our poll, which you can still vote, who will win the second test. 71% of you going for South Africa. Oh, good kick. Oh, it's gone out of play. Last touch from Stuart Hogg there of the Lions. Tried to attack from the left-hand side. So 28 minutes gone, South Africa 3, Lions 6. No tries yet. Lions win that line out. And Venizelo's not messing around. He's going through that army of green shirt players. Look at this from the Lions. This is nicely... Oh, just as I say that, Hogg gets taken down. But that was some nice passing down the right-hand side. We haven't seen much of a flow from both teams in this test so far. In both tests, really. What's happened here then? They've shown the line out, and it was a Toje who does so well to win it from South Africa's line out there. That's what he's good at, the 26-year-old. Probably, arguably my favourite player from the England squad, that's for sure. As though the clock's been paused at 29:09. Of course, if you've just joined in as well, there's two sin bins for, well, one for South Africa and one for the Lions. Lions sin bin is currently at 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. And for South Africa, they've got 5 minutes, 17 minutes left, and that's for their player of Colby. So I think we're getting ready for a scrum. Just over 10 minutes to go till half time. Quite the pauses that we've had in this game, especially from that big TMO review. So here comes a try, easy enough again for South Africa with de Klerk picking it up. And here they come attacking from the far right hand side, trying to kick it forward, but instead it's intercepted by Hogg for the Lions. Oh, what's the referee giving here? Oh, not releasing for the Lions. And again, some words being said between a couple of the players from each team. Just get on with it, lads. Come on. Want to see some flow here. Oh, I think it's... Is it going to be a penalty? I love it how South Africa's medic has been on the sideline following the ball as they go, because it's like she's expecting them to just have another fight at any moment. She's been following them ever since that big TMO review. Especially, pretty much, she's like Colby's assistant. Anyway, it is going to be a penalty kick for South Africa. It's exactly 53.8 metres away from the goal. Now, Pollard's had 2 kicks so far, and he's missed one of them. So, as you'd expect, my maths is very good, as you could expect, when I tell you that it's 50% success so far for Mr. Pollard. I know, I'm a genius. Quick maths. I haven't a clue. So, Pollard. Yeah, he's got it this time. And we're back at 6-all. No tries yet in this match, but it's just like the last one, as I mentioned before. Lots of kicks, but no tries to talk about so far. So 6-all with 9 minutes to go until half time. We've got Kenneth from Holtman asking why can't we watch the live game. This is a live watch along, Kenneth, not a stream. So watch along is watching it together while the match is on. But if you scroll to the very top of the live chat page, you should be able to find a link to watch the stream from a website, if that at all helps. So Lions should be back to 15 players on the pitch because their sin bin ends in about 15 seconds. South Africa will have to wait another minute or so for Colby to come back on. And it looks as though South Africa are in trouble there because one of their players was off the feet. Back with the game. We've got a line out here for the Lions. This is a big moment. And have they got it? No, I don't think they have. South Africa with Colby, his sin bin will end in exactly 30 seconds. Some of you asking about the link, so try out freelivestreams.com. Sorry, it's free live. It's freestreams-live1.com. Can the Lions get a try here before half time? And they've got the try, the Lions. They do make it there at the end, which was so crucial. Clock has been paused. Referee's having a word, as you'd expect. Oh, thank you. Well, it looks as though it might stay at 6-6. I'm not sure. The referee either checking TMO to review this try, or they might go back to where they were. Let's have a look again. So it was Henshaw with the catch just before the try line. He got down. Oh, he's dropped it. I think he's dropped it before he's hit the ground. But then he's got his elbow hitting the ground with the ball. I'm not sure. So the on-field decision was a no try. Oof. You know, I think Khaleesi's just made the right move there, and I think he has helped South Africa not concede a try. Just shows how tight this series has been, because each try has been, well, we've only had one try, haven't we, in this whole series? And that wasn't easy to deal with. I don't think that's a try. I think Lions have missed out there. Just before half time is why it would have been a bonus if they had got it, but ooh. No, it's not touching the ground. I think Khaleesi's even sure of it. He's got his arm under the ball. He knows exactly where that ball's going to land. And I think he's made sure that in place that arm stops it from hitting the ground. And then he moves it away from Henshaw's arms when he tries to put it down. I don't think that's a try. I have a day job, thank you very much, Michael. I do this because it's my hobby, I like it. If you don't like it, piss off, simple as that. Anyway, de Klerk with the oof went into his opposite number 9 of Murray. This referee's had to do a lot of big decisions in this game. As I say, it's only the first half. The new one saying excellent cuppa delivery there. Yep. Wasn't bad, was it? Hoping you lot didn't notice, but oh well. I always have 2 sugars in mine. Well, I hope you lot are enjoying the watch along, because we have got the kick in, and it will be instead 9-6 to the Lions, but they could have been so close. They were so close to getting the first try of the game. Apologies, I was sneezing. Before I mute the mic, 'cause I don't think you want to hear that. So the Lions leading 9-6. Could that be the last few points of the first half? Is it Simphuri Delay Lamini? Apologies if I've pronounced your name wrong there. Saying I love your British accent. Oh, thanks very much. And we've got... Ooh, I forgot to start the clock again. I do apologise. Here we go then. Kick there from the Lions. It's gone back into South Africa's half. They'll make another kick near the halfway line. Oh, well done. Great catch there by Henshaw. Henshaw will be gutted he didn't get the try, but he made a good catch there from the kick of South Africa's. Enrico Jan says, bless you. Thank you. You're probably the first person to ever say that on the live chat when I've sneezed. But I hope you lot are enjoying the watch along at home, unlike one of you who was saying that not to give up my day job. At the end of the day, I just do this for fun. We do this on the side as a hobby. It's me and some of my friends that run the channel. We do watch-alongs for sporting events for whenever we can, and we always like to try and get everyone together to watch the sporting events together, like we are now with this second test of the Lions Tour in South Africa. But we're always open to feedback, so if there's any honest feedback, do let us know. Any ways to improve our output here on Let's Talk Sport. So we've got a try with just over a minute to go until half time. Remember as well, folks, to subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button to Let's Talk Sport. We'd really appreciate your support. We're very close to reaching 3,900. Our overall aim is to get to 4,000 subscribers, so do help us get there. We'd really appreciate it to help support the channel to continue our live stream watch-alongs, including the Lions Tour for next Saturday. We also do Formula 1, football, MotoGP, snooker, golf. We'll be doing the Olympic tennis men's final tomorrow as well, so I look forward to doing that. So we have pretty much reached up to 40 minutes. And it looks as though the Lions, until South Africa have the possession at the moment, but I think the way it's going, de Klerk will kick it and they'll accept being 3 points behind going into half time. So no tries to report. Henshaw was pretty much in the try zone with the ball, but it just didn't hit the ground when he landed with the ball, and it was the captain of South Africa, Khaleesi, who denied them the first try of the match. But the Lions do lead after a handful of kicks by 9-6, but we've still got everything to play for, in which will be a very, very vital second half here in the Lions Tour of South Africa of this second test. Remember, a win for Lions today would seal the series before the final test next weekend. But at the moment, South Africa are still in it as well. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a bit, and we're just going to have a quick break. Toilet break for me, I think, after what, of course, has been over an hour of first half rugby with all the delays and pauses that we had. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our live watch-along of the second test between South Africa and the British and Irish Lions. In case you're wondering, if you've just tuned in, it is half-time. And as you can see in the scoreboard below me, it is the Lions leading this penultimate test by 9-6. But this is anyone's match. I mean, it's not been much rugby being played. There's been a lot more collisions and a lot of stopping and starting with this match so far. We had a very close chance at the end of the first half of Henshaw, who was in the try zone, was having the ball in the air, and when he came to the ground, he just couldn't get the contact with the ball and the ground, as he was denied by Khaleesi underneath him and got the ball away from him. It was fantastic defensive work from the captain of South Africa there, and this is why South Africa is so hard to beat and why they are the world champions, because even if you do beat them, it's never going to be easy. So it is one hell of a second test. All kicks so far, no tries scored. I think if I can remember from the first test, we only had one try scored, which was from the Lions. Again, can't remember. I might be wrong. Did South Africa get a try in the last test? I can't remember. If not, then they still need one. In the test, in the whole series so far. Just read some of your messages. Phil Gibbs saying fair play to you all for doing this channel. Ignore the haters, you are doing fine. Oh, thank you very much, Phil. Really appreciate your support there. Richard Unite saying missing you. Hope you're okay. I'm good, Richard. I'm here. We're back. Getting ready for the second half. Showing the collisions again with the two. Well, Elwyn Jones starting that collision with Etzebeth at the start of the game, just 3 minutes in, and then they're showing footage of Colby going up against Tom Curry by shaking his shirt. Colby's a lot smaller than Tom Curry, so he's a brave man. But again, they are rugby players. We've got Annie. Hello, Annie. Hope you're well. I think if I can remember you, Annie, you got in touch with us in the match last week on our live chat page. Do get in touch, folks. Don't be shy. Always happy to read your messages. She says, "Go Bok, go." Much love from Durban. Oh, thank you. How are you feeling, Annie, from that first half? It's been very close. And yet again, I am sneezing. It's funny, I haven't got a cold, I haven't got flu, I haven't got COVID, even though it's not a symptom, but yet again, I always seem to sneeze whenever I do a live stream on YouTube. Really, really weird, that. But yeah, maybe I'm allergic to YouTube. Jamie Burgoyne says, "Come on, Salop," which, for any of you South Africans who don't know who Salop is, that is a football club called Shrewsbury Town in the county of Shropshire in northwest of England. Jamie Burgoyne's a big Shrewsbury fan. Just waiting for the second half, really. I think Lions have probably been a little bit better, but it really is that close. I mean, the South Africa know that they've got to really play well in the next 45 minutes. Not that they haven't, but they know that they've got to defend like hell if the Lions do throw any opportunities, because we've only got 40 minutes of the game to go. And when you look at the fact that the Lions just need to win this game, and then that's it. The series is done and dusted with one match to go. But I do think, the Lions would feel even more hungry if they win this match. They would love to leave South Africa with 3 wins out of the 3. Hang on, my camera's not as focused at the moment. Is that better? There we go. So our camera does go a bit out of focus now and again. But anyway, we do have a few more watch-alongs happening this weekend. We've got the Olympic men's tennis final tomorrow morning, UK time. It should be around 9 o'clock. Of course, they're the second match on centre court, so we don't know roughly what time, but we're going to set it up for around 9 a.m. and hopefully the match will start around that time after the first match is done and dusted in centre court. I can't remember from the top of my head, but I think it was a doubles final. So yeah, there's that, and then of course we have the Formula 1 Hungarian Grand Prix, so do join my friends of Jack Price and Connor Porter at 2 o'clock UK time tomorrow afternoon to watch with us on that. I haven't decided yet, but we might do the CONCACAF Gold Cup final, which is tomorrow night at 1:30 between the USA and Mexico, which is football in case you aren't aware. So, yeah, should be fun. So we're getting underway in just a moment for the second half. Let's get some crowd noise going. And here we go then. So, everything to play for in this second half. The series will either be wrapped up or it'll continue on for next week, for it to be decided in its final outing. Matt saying thank you for the channel. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Remember as well, folks, if you enjoy this stream and you enjoy sports or rugby or anything like that, do click that subscribe button. This Let's Talk Sports is your home for sport watch-alongs. And we'd love to get your support. We're less than 20 subscribers away from reaching 3,900, as we hope to get to 4,000 subscribers soon. We got our first try of the second half here with the clerk about to start it here for the Springboks. And we've got another try going on here. So Van der Merwe, of course, as we already remember, he's got a yellow card to his name after he was sin-binned in the first half. Same goes for Colby. Collapsed scrum again for the Lions. South Africa with a happy fist pump moment, and they were not binding the Lions. I just love de Klerk's energy. So Penn's conceded in terms of the scrum. Both teams have conceded once. Anyway, here comes the line out for South Africa after the kick. No problem there. Picked up by Etzebeth, the receiver. Here they come, they keep pushing. They're just like they did in the start of the first half, South Africa. They're hungry and trying to start off well here. They didn't get a try last time. They haven't got a try at all in this match so far, but neither of the Lions. And they're attacking, going down the left from the right. De Klerk, Pollard with a kick. Oh, and Hogg tried to intercept, but instead it picked out of nowhere from De Allende. Now De Klerk, 30 yards away from the try zone. South Africa, they're looking promising. Here's Kalesi, pushes it up a few yards, goes down, and it's De Klerk who, as always, will pick up the ball. Fifth phase. Oh, that's a good kick. Very accurate kick. Surely that's a try. Yes, it is. What a kick from Pollard into the hands of Mempempe. And Mempempe has got the first try for South Africa in this match. And they take the lead. 11-9. It was a fantastic forward kick. Pollard is so accurate. And South Africa will have the kick as well. James Mugaroy says yes. I think he's... Well, that's Mpepe's 15th international try. Oh, did he make the kick? I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did. Oh dear. So that Lions won't argue with that. I mean, what a kick to Mpepe there. Got past two of his opponents and got the try. So it's South Africa 11, Lions 9. We've got Ruben van Schak saying go Bok. But yeah, this is exactly how South Africa would love to have started the second half with that try, and they have done. Lions will have a go now as it looks as though we've got a scrum coming up. South Africa have been a lot stronger in the scrums, I think, so far in this series. Still waiting for that scrum. Here we go then. Should be no... Oh, again. Lions make those scrums look so difficult. Let's have a look at our poll. Of course, it's changing all the time. We did ask you who will win this match today. We've had 566 of you vote. Wow. South Africa currently at 65%, Lions 35%. So not much has changed there. Still a vast majority of you believing in the Springboks to win the second test, which, as I say, even though I'd love the Lions to win this game, would make the third test very exciting when you have the third one as the decider. Here they go then. The clerk is always hovering there in the scrum with the Lions. Oh, there we go. Oh, again, yeah, they've pushed the... Vunipola always looking disappointed when you see his face. He's a great player. So we're nearly reaching 50 minutes here. If you've just joined us for the second half, South Africa have found the first try of the game, which was from Mpempe, who scored his 15th international try. I mean, do let me know, folks, if I'm right or wrong, but I'm sure he scored a try in the World Cup final 2 years ago when they beat England. I might be wrong, but I'm sure he did. Oh, again, these scrums. Come on, Lions. There we go. Now down on the right-hand side with Hogg. Taken down. He's still got... Well, I say taken down. He's still up there on his 2 feet. Ah. And instead it'll be... Looks as though it'll be... Oh, it's South Africa penalised there for not releasing. South Africa 11, Lions 9. Half an hour to go. Only 1 try in this match so far. Lions still haven't got one. And it'll be a penalty kick. Not sure what's going on there. Ah, I was right then. France Ross saying, yes, first ever South Africa try in World Cup, in a Rugby World Cup final by Mpempe. Look at Lions' top points scorers, and it's Lee Halfpenny with 49 for Australia, as in the tour of Australia in 2013. Well, it is Damberger again who'll take it. He's got 3 out of 3 so far in this match. Can he make it 4 out of 4? Lions would love to just retake the lead for now, I think. After the start South Africa have had in this second half. It's a tight angle. Oh no, he's hit the post. Oh, hit the post and de Klerk has been able to intercept it. So play continues and they'll make a big kick, but South Africa will be delighted with that. So that's 3 out of 4 for Dan Biggar. Line out to come, I'd imagine. Here we go then with the line out. Grant Walker makes a good point, makes an interesting comment here. Says with the Springboks not having played since that Rugby World Cup final, which was at the start of November 2019, so you know that's not nearly 2 years away. Saying that they haven't played since then. He thought the Lions might have destroyed the Springboks, but they haven't. Alex Equin has responded to Grant and said, "World champions don't get destroyed." I think it's... I wouldn't say the Lions were expected to destroy South Africa, because the only difference is that the Lions have had a few games and warm-up games together, while some of the South African players, well, and the teams, have had to have a lot of games cancelled because of COVID. It's only a little difference, I think. And I know, okay, from, what was it, in 2020, we did have the Six Nations still happen for England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland, and the Six Nations early this year in February, March. But yeah, it's... I get what you're trying to say though, but I think you got to remember this South Africa team know each other inside out. They've won the World Cup together, and one of you mentioned in the live chat page earlier that, you know, this is exactly the same team that they had for that Rugby World Cup final. So for me, I think the pressure's still on South Africa to be the favourites in this whole series. It's a tight game. Lions very hitting the post to missing out on taking the lead again. It could have been 12-9, but instead it's South Africa leading 11-9. 53 minutes gone. The clock has been paused. Ron Gatlin can only watch on behind his mask in the stands with his technical team. Alan Wynne-Jones, as typical as he always is, he's always bleeding somewhere. He's bleeding on his left ear this time. He won't care. If you haven't noticed, he's actually growing a beard. I think it suits him. We're very close, folks, to reaching 3,900 subscribers, so do help us get there. We're just a few subscribers away. If you really love your sport and you love your rugby and you love Lions or Springboks, do subscribe to the channel. We will be doing another live watch along next Saturday for the third test. Same time, same place here on YouTube. Still got to get this one out of the way and figure out who will win the second test. Alan Wynne-Jones, the 5th highest with the most capped for the Lions. Tojay and Wynne-Jones forming in a line to start this scrum. We've got JW saying, let's not jinx it, guys. Game's not over yet. The Brits can still go. Meters made for South Africa in a scrum is 101. 47 for the Lions in this game so far. James saying that it's not the same team at all with South Africa. Dwayne Vermaelen is a big loss. Well, after all that, Lions have had to make a drop kick. Goes deep into the South Africa half. Ooh, nearly caught it, but it'll be with Allende instead. Allende taken down by Wynne-Jones, now with de Klerk. And they've kicked that out for a line out. I've completely forgotten to start the clock again, sorry about that. Oh, we got David Bunton getting in touch saying hello from Rugby England. Hello, David. Hope you're well. What do you reckon's going to happen, David? Can the Lions get through this, or will South Africa get that win? Been a replacement. Diego's gone on and Jasper Vides has gone off. Another kick there from Hogg. Oh, was that Hogg that time? Or was it Watson? I think it was Watson. We got Pat Pele saying hello from South Africa. Lions must make the possession count. Absolutely, couldn't agree more. It's feeling like that. Ken Owens has just come on to replace Cohen Decky. Rory Sutherland's just come on for Venizelos. Venizelos didn't start last week, so he started today. Kyle Sinclair has come on to replace Furlong. So that's 3 changes there in a nutshell for the Lions. They know that this is the most crucial part of the match and the series so far, these next 20 minutes or so. We've put in the group chat, in the live chat page, folks, we're asking who's having a beer. If you are having a drink or wine or whatever, let us know what you're drinking this evening. I must admit, I'm being a bit boring. I'm on the orange juice today. I got no alcohol in the house. I don't drink at home normally, unless it's a real big occasion, unless it's my birthday. We've got a line out here for the Lions. Conor Murray's gone off as well. And Owen Farrell comes on. Owen Farrell got the winning points last weekend. And as you'd expect, he has replaced Big O, who got 3 out of 4 kicks today. And we have reached 3,900 subscribers, so thank you very much for all of you for subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate your support. We're just 100 away from reaching 4,000, so thank you all for your support today. Really appreciate it. Do other sports as well here on Let's Talk Sport. We've got the F1 race tomorrow in the Hungarian Grand Prix. We've got the Olympic men's tennis final tomorrow as well. Might be doing the CONCACAF Gold Cup final between USA and Mexico. So we do all sorts of sports, as you can tell. Not just me, a few of my friends as well that run the channel. We've got scrum here. If you've just tuned in, it's currently South Africa leading by 11-9. The scoreline, as it was last week, it's very tight. No runaway favourite at all in this game so far. South Africa, you feel if they could get another try, they could start to really separate from the Lions, but not really any flow going for either team. We've got Francois saying he's having a South African Castle Light. Annie's having a Charles Glasses Castle Lager here in Durban. Diane Muller's having South Africans watching from London. Go Bok! Are you at a pub in London, Deanne? I hope it doesn't get messy if the Lions win or South Africa win. Bowensis is also having a Cold Castle. Is Cold Castle a South African beer? Then I must admit I've never heard of a Cold Castle, but at the same time I've never been to South Africa. But I would like to go, especially Cape Town. And it looks as though Yakane has come on for Kitshoff for South Africa. And I forgot to pause the clock again, sorry about that. You do feel there could be a late winner here. We got Frickster88 asking where can we watch live. There is a link that's pinned to the live chat page, Frickster, so hopefully that'll help. That's towards a live stream. Here we go then from the line out with South Africa. They're pushing it with their group together in that scrum. They're getting a few metres going there. You can see that de Klerk really wants the ball to be released. He's running behind, waiting for it to be available. But what a run this is from South Africa. And they're going to play advantage right near the try zone. What a kick, and he should get it, and that's a try. And that might just start to separate them from the lines with 20 minutes to go. It's Am with the try. He got there just before it went out of play. What good timing, what a kick, what a move. Fair play to South Africa. That was a fantastic try. I think they're going to obviously have a TMO review, but I don't think there was anything wrong with that from what I saw. Clock stopped at 60:52. Daft Davis is having cheap Spanish wine in South Wales. You should have said expensive, just to trick us. Oh no, did he? Oh, maybe. I mean, the on-field decision is a try, but looking at the slow-mo, I don't know if he got it, you know. I don't think that's is that a try? You know what? I think it is. I think it might just be counted for, but you know, he had to get there in time. It's like Indiana Jones trying to save his hat before the rock collapses on him. He was against the clock there to stop that from going out of play before making the try. They're going to probably take a while with this review because this is quite a big moment for the match here. What do you folks think at home? Is that a try? It's more his left arm makes the contact with the ball to press it down. I think it is. I think it is. I think it's harsh if he doesn't get it. I think that's a try. Still 11-9 at the moment. As always, they do take a while, these TMO reviews. I think it's a try. Even as a Lions fan, I think that's a try. Yep, he's given it. So it'll be 16-9. So this is when the Lions have got to get themselves going, because otherwise the Lions are going to run away with this one, I feel. No problem with the kick there. And so South Africa with a decent lead at the moment with 19 minutes to go. 18-9. And that is Am's 4th international try. But yeah, it felt like a try. The Big Blue says, not a try if you consider his previous try decision. Grant Walker saying they owe us after last week. And Burrow Imberton saying, did he have control? I just think it was I think it was a try. When you look at the fast motion of it, and then it hit his left arm, but there's that moment of it looked like he probably just had two hands to it before it went out as well. I think it would have been harsh if that try wasn't given. It was a great try as well. Completely caught the Lions off guard with that kick. You can't beat kicks like that because you just don't know where the ball's going to land, especially when it's an egg ball. 62.5 minutes gone. There's only 18 minutes remaining for the Lions. They've got to get a try. Simple as that. There's Tom Curry. Now Watson. His kick lands in the midway point of South Africa's half. South Africa will just kick it out again for another line out. Lions haven't really been able to get deep into the South Africa half. They're actually, from my stream, it looks as though they've got Brian Abana being... That's a try. I think that's a try. They keep showing the replay. I mean, it's too late now. The decision was made, but it looked like a try. Shelton Aaron says we're going to win this game. Diane Muller says we have got this one in the bag. They won't get past out defence now. Past our defence now. I presume that's what you meant. I'll be surprised if Lions get... I mean, at the moment, they haven't even got a try in this game. But it's South Africa with a possession. Pigar says, go Brits, go. You missed the Irish bit as well. Another kick forward again. Oh, tell you what, South Africa could have got through there if Leroux hadn't fallen over. He fell to the ground before he reached the ball, but there was no one challenging him for it if he had got there. That would have been one hell of a moment. Owen Fowles now kicked it far out to the right. Got out of play, yep, it has. There'll be a line out. Owen Farrell with what was probably his first kick of the game. First real contact with the ball since he came on a few minutes ago. Of course, he didn't start in this match today or in the test last week. Ooh. Ooh, oh, I don't like that. One of the Lions players getting his knee pretty much just under the neck of one of the South African players while he's down. So I can see why... Yeah, it was a Toje who did that, so he's having a go at him. Oh, and I think he... Oh, he's really pushed him down and everything there. It's got really nasty between these two teams in this game. It was a bit last week, but this one definitely has gotten really nasty. "15 minutes to go." There's the line out. They're playing advantage for South Africa. Again, another great kick. Oh, I say that. He had to get there, Leroux, but he couldn't this time. He just missed out and it went out of play. Well, at this moment in time, folks, the third test is going to be an interesting one. Penalties conceded in the second half. Only 1 for South Africa, 3 for the Lions. Sounds about right. So I line out here for the Springboks. Playing advantage. They look like they're more into it now, South Africa. The later this game goes on. They're going to attack from the left with Kalesi. And let's not forget he made that important block to avoid Lions getting a try. David Bunting is saying the third test is set to be a classic. I mean, the Lions are 9 behind with 13 minutes to go. I can't see them reducing it to that. Pigger Dinas has said, the most stupid match I've ever seen. Sean Glendinning says, thanks for sharing, mate. No worries, Sean, thank you. If you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support. And Mpempe's gone off for the day. Yeah, de Klerk has gone off. I'm just seeing in your comments. I was just thinking that Okazali saying if it wasn't for all those stoppages in the first half, we should be over by now. Yeah, we've gone way over. Still 12 minutes to go though. Lions got to get themselves going now, otherwise it will be 1-1 in the Test series. A try would make it very interesting in the last few minutes, but they haven't been knocking on the South Africa door, I'm afraid. Not in this match. And look at the handling errors. Lions for 10, while South Africa have only got 3. So we've got a scrum coming up here, and again, Lions have not been the greatest at the scrums. They've not really been at the races today so far. Dino Muller saying, are you waiting to have a beer, Jamie? Not if we lose. Scrum started then. Oh, clock stopped and I forgot to change it back. Hang on. Oh, just as I say, that might not. Oh, I think Lions have got it just in time. Some of the Lion players watching on in the stands. Some of them drinking coffee, I think. Collapsing scrum again for Lions there. Some of those South African players, so scary. I've just noticed on some of the advertising boards you've got castle logos, as in the beer that you lot are all talking about. So it's clearly a big company over there. So it'll be another penalty here for South Africa, and I think if they get this one from Pollard, he's got 3 out of 5 so far, so who knows, he might miss, but I think if he makes this one, that should be match done and dusted for the second test. No problem with that. And it's now 21-9, so Lions 12 behind now with less than 10 minutes to go. I'll be amazed if they can turn this around. But again, let's not forget, draws, I mean, again, Lions have to play so much better in the next 10 minutes to somehow make it happen, but, you know, draws can happen. David Bunting saying South Africa in defence mode is scary, bigger wall than what Trump built. Well, here they go, the Lions. They're gonna, looks as though they're gonna give it a good go. A try now would certainly make it very spicy for the next 8 minutes or so. I think Khaleesi's coming off. Yep, he is. He won't play the whole 80 minutes. Look at that now. Penalties conceded in the second half alone. Lions 6. And only the 1 for South Africa. Diane Miller says, do yourself a favour. Head off to a South African shop and grab one. And says, you won't be sorry, but you will pay. I don't know if I can even travel to South Africa at the moment. And, well, Alan Wynne-Jones is probably, looks as though he's bleeding out of his 2 ears and on his nose now. That guy doesn't care how much blood he loses. He'll keep playing till he dies. Here they come again. They're just making more and more yardage from the line out, South Africa. They're so good at that. And it just rattles the Lions so much. Akko's all saying Jones is a true warrior. Absolutely. Diane Mull saying, Jamie, there are South African shops all over the UK. Which ones? I must be completely blind. Clock paused at 73:53. Yeah, I feel like that, Pat Penalty, which is let's settle it for the third test. That's how I feel. can't see the Lions getting anything out of this now. 6 minutes to go now. And they've got scrum in their own half to deal with before they can even think about trying to score a try. Here we go then with the scrum. Mark says there's 2 South African shops in Wimbledon Tube. Stop alone. I don't live in Wimbledon. If I was living in Wimbledon, I'd be on a very good wage. Sure. Again, South Africa, they're just getting everything right. Scrums have been top-notch for them today. Lions can't cope with it. The strength's just not there at all. If South Africa play like this next week, they'll win. They'll win it. No doubt. So penalty here for South Africa. Pollard with 4 out of 6, making it 67% in his kicking game today. He's got that one as well, so that's now 5 out of 7. And the Lions now, in my eyes, are getting thrashed. I did say if they get that next try, that would separate it, and they have. 2 tries later, and and a few kicks, they've had no problems. Lions look like they've already signed off and want to come back next week. About 3 minutes to go. Again, just their own foul's looking a bit rattled now. He's having a few words with some of his opponents. Of course, foul came on a bit late on in the game, so he's not really had much influence in this test. And he's saying, "We've got this one, guys," in big capital letters. Diane Muller saying, "I am screaming at my phone. This is brilliant." And Sam Evans saying, "Quick, get Joe Marler in." Oh, I forgot to pause the clock again. Looks as though there's a TMO decision here for a foul play against own foul. I don't think there was. There was some impact, but foul carried on. Well, they're having a TMO decision, hence why the clock has been paused. Alan Wynne-Jones still bleeding. He's even taken the plasters off his ears now, even before the end of the game. He's thinking they don't work. So South Africa with the kick there. I think at this rate South Africa have more of a chance of getting more points on the board than the Lions haven't since the start of the second half, if you ask for my opinion. 3 minutes to go. I think Ron Gatland, he's got his mask on, but I'm sure behind that mask he's already thinking about next week, because that'll be the decider. Lions, some of the players have been in that position before, going to a third test. And what a big game that's going to be. Do join us for that next week, 5 o'clock on Let's Talk Sport for our live watch-along of the third and final test, which there has to be a winner. But of course, it could be like the last Lions tour of New Zealand, where the last game ended in a draw. Who knows? Who knows? But I'll say this now, if South Africa play like this next week, Lions aren't going to get a try. It was tight first half, but second half, South Africa, as I said, as long as they got that try, it felt like they'd separate from us, and they have. Lilani Muller saying, go Bok, go. Just a minute and a half to go. Diane says, Jamie, the more you talk and the more we score, and keep going. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a big run there from Watson for the Lions. Now Tom Curry, who had a couple of collisions with Colby in the first half. Colby having to have gone off. Oh, they tried to kick it forward there, South Africa, but went out straight away. I think there'll be a line out. But already the South Africa technical team high-fiving each other. Just because it's gone offside there, and there's literally less than 60 seconds to go while Ron Gatland is just having to watch on and accept defeat. Seconds remaining. Oh, thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. Sam saying, love the commentary. Thanks, Sam. Be sure to join us next week for the third test. Akazol says, see you all next week. Same time, same place next week. Cheers, Jamie. Thank you. If you like your Formula 1, we'll be on tomorrow for that, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's at 2 o'clock UK time tomorrow. For any of you in South Africa, that'll be a 3 o'clock start. And of course, tomorrow we've got the Olympic men's tennis final between Zverev and Kakanov. So, has that penalty gone in? Yep, it has. And South Africa getting more points just before we wrapped up. We've reached the 80 minutes. That should be it. It is. It's all done and dusted. And the Lions, wow, that's a bit more like it from them. They have got the vital win to keep the series going for the final match, which will be next weekend. So put it in your diary, save the date. Next Saturday, we are going to go all the way between South Africa and the British and Irish Lions. One apiece in the Test series after the Springboks win 27-9. It was all South Africa in that second half. We had the Lions leading 9-6 at half time. But the Springboks came out from the tunnel again at the beginning of the second half, and they were on a mission. And the Lions know that they have to get themselves into first gear next weekend. Otherwise, this tour will belong to South Africa after what we've seen in that second half. They played like world champions today. They knew they had a big task ahead of them. They got that try. I said that try would separate the two teams if the Lions weren't careful, and it did. And the Lions only have themselves to blame. They couldn't do anything today. Outstrengthed in the scrum, no real threat towards the try area of South Africa's half. One of the kicks was very vital for What was it? Dan Bigger to take, wasn't taken. So he's absolutely blown it with that kick, and that could have put them back in the lead at least to 12-11. But either way, it doesn't matter too much at the end. It's South Africa that took the control at the end, and that's why it has ended South Africa 27, Lions 9. Let me just update on the title. There we go. Anyway, what did you think at home, folks? What did you think of that of the match at the end? Let us know in the comments. The Lions team in a huddle at full time. Alan Wynne-Jones with the message to his team. He's got blood on his nose, blood in both of his ears. He's used to that. There we got Rustam Fakir saying, "Well done, boys." We got Matt T saying Colby committed 2 red card offences in first half and got a yellow. Faf at least a yellow card offence with his high tackle in first half. Try was a clear knock on. Remember New Zealand 1995 Rugby World Cup. Food poisoning. Just before my time. I was only 1 year old when that World Cup happened. But yeah, I think we're going to probably wrap it up there, folks. So my thanks to all of you at home for keeping me company. Oh, thanks, Diane, saying, honestly, we didn't get to see it, but have been glued to your stream. Oh, thanks very much, Diane. Skinny J Production says, next week, better game. Well, for the Lions' sake, I hope so. Barry says, second half was good rugby. The first half was a boxing match. Couldn't be more spot on. The first half was not even rugby, was it? It was just 1 or 2 penalties here and there. And the match paused so many times. I mean, we're used to it in rugby, but it paused so many times. But it was just the way it was. But anyway, I think we are going to wrap it up here. The Lions leading at the first test, but it's the second test. They've just had a reminder, haven't they, from South Africa that they are the world champions. They're playing on their turf, and they're going to take them all the way to the very end of the series. But let's be honest, deep down, as a neutral as well as a Lions fan, we want to see that. We want the third test to have a meaning, because you don't want that. The Lions tour is every 4 years, only every 12 years. It's in South Africa, so it's always good to see it at least go all the way. But anyway, my thanks to you lot at home for keeping me company. Do join me next week at the same time and the same place on our YouTube channel. It will be, of course, the third test starting at 5 o'clock UK time. In South Africa, it'll be at 6 o'clock. So anyway, yeah, do join us for that. If you haven't yet, do click that subscribe button and support the channel, and you'll be kept up to date for our future live watch-alongs and live streams and so on. So thanks to all of you. Well done to the Springboks. It ends at 1-1 after 2 tests, and it'll be everything to play for next Saturday. Who can hold their nerves? Will it be the Springboks or the Lions? We'll find out next week. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe, click the like button as well, and we'll see you tomorrow for more of our live sport watch-alongs. See you later.